Hello there, and welcome to stage 26 of the Mega Crab. 26? Wow, we're already there. And yes, we're just sitting around looking at things. And I'll tell you why. Because if I unleash the critters in those containers, they're going to go right after that speed serum, and the last thing you want to drive your tanks past is freaking jacked up doom cannons and max level, well, they look like max level boom cannons, I don't know, maybe they're like a level off. But the point is, like, yeah, we could not abide with that. So as you can see, by unleashing all those critters, all of the really scary things that destroy armor get really well distracted, which is fantastic because we can sneak right past them all, right into the very biggity back corner. Excuse me, that's right, biggity back, just like the chickadee Chinese chicken. If there's other Bare Naked Ladies fans out there, at least someone will get that, hopefully. It's a Canadian band, I don't know. And not Nickelback. Nickelback isn't ours. Or the Beaver. We donated both Nickelback and Beaver to the Americans. They're American now. We revoked their free healthcare, I hope. Especially with Beaver. Oh. So anyways, after sneaking past all of the things, getting into the back, there were just a bunch of critters over on the left-hand side, and I figured, you know what? I'm pretty sure blowing up those critter containers actually counts as doing damage against the HQ and stuff, so why the heck wouldn't I? So I unleashed the bats over there just for the, you know, sake of releasing the bats, and then kind of tried blowing up the shield generators. I didn't realize, but yeah, man, these levels, the boost must be getting pretty intense, because those shield gens must have probably 40k on them minimum, which means that my poor tanks are going to sit here forever, and I'm just going to fast forward it in like 5 times speed, because for a load of tanks to burn through like a, I don't know, what is that? There's at least 4 shield gens. I'm going to go with a 2 million damage shield, maybe? I'm just guessing, don't hold me to that. But yeah, to burn through it takes a while. Fortunately, still had 21 seconds at the end of the level. Nice and easy, no problems, and we can move on to 27, which also was a breeze. Well, I say a breeze. Maybe I should not call it a breeze so much as it was doable. So I landed left-hand side. Watch out for the shock launcher on the right-hand side. It's like just inside of range, and I was hoping the critter container would be enough to kind of distract it for a while, but then I hit the speed serum and everything went cockeye. So eventually, after sucking up some free GBE, I wanted to pull everything over into the corner anyways, so I started the smoky tanks, because I tell you, the smoky tanks did some fantastic stuff. In this, like, mid to high 20s range, it was great, because they roll in and it's just like, kaplow, hi! So definitely, if you've got the GBE and the troop levels to pull it off, you don't have to worry about the ridiculous number of rocket launchers that have range, and like the dozens of scare mortars over there in the top corner, which are just crazy. What's going on here? Haha, the dog moved. I can move my chair. Oh, finally, this is so good. All right. But yeah, so if you can, rock the smoky tanks for a little bit, and especially because these levels are a little bit smaller, I feel like it should be pretty doable. And sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I'm hearing only good things from the animal that just decided to come back to life. Of course, when they wake up, they like to go for a pee, and if they like to go for a pee, that means your carpet is open territory. We're working on it. He's a puppy. Actually, he's been doing really good, but I'm still paranoid from, the last couple of weeks. So, when you smoke your tanks into a nice safe spot, after you get there, it's just a matter of having the DPS to burn through the shields and everything. Which I was sitting here like just thinking, man, I wish I had all offensive statues, and like I know the chicken has like 70% unboosted, like 140% when he's boosted. I was like, man, I wish I had 140% damage boost, because right now that would like so greatly extend the life and capacity of my tanks. I'm a little jelly. I'm not gonna lie. At the same time, I'm not dumping my resource reward or my my blue statues or anything like that, because that would just be crazy pants. Also, this level, 8 seconds left after burning through that shield. I see the end of the tanks coming because they just don't have the DPS to burn through everything they need to burn through anymore, which is so sad. It makes me sad in my pants, I'm not gonna lie. So, this same deal, left hand side this time. Obviously, unleash the beast and let them take out the rocket launchers, because rocket launchers are really pretty easy. They're pretty tame. The only thing we have to worry about is that cluster of 8 boom cannons that's almost like at the midway point of the attack. Really, it's at the turn. So, like, where you're gonna turn past the corner, that's the place you kind of have to worry about those crazy boom cannons. Up until then, it's not that big a deal, and honestly, my plan again was to smoky tank my way into the back there, so having them there isn't that big a deal. It's just the freaking scary mortar messing with my tanks, completely screwing me up, trying to get around that corner. I tell you, as I get exposed more and more to the scary mortar, I am starting to hate it more and more. It is just absolutely devastating when you're trying to, like, organize a bunch of Zookas for, like, a nice long smoke run, or you're trying to organize your tanks because you're trying to run them past some defenses or whatever, and, like, those darn mortars just keep tossing fears and scattering everything all over. And then once they're scattered, the flare is really hit and miss. Like, sometimes things will still snap back to the flare and go right back. Sometimes they won't. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, it's fantastic. I hate it because it's killing me. Like, literally, it is killing me. But it's still fantastic because it's a great mechanic. It obviously is doing exactly what it needs to be doing, which is making the spooky crab that much spookier and, harder, because if it wasn't hard, what would be the fun in playing it? Yeah. So anyways, I used the tanks to kind of clear out this bottom corner. However, as you can see, due to the freaking scary mortars, I have lost a lot of tanks. So I know the only way I can get through this is, once again, trying to go after these stupid shield generators. And unfortunately, these shield gens have a ridiculous amount of hit points, which means I am kind of a sitting duck. It's just a matter of sitting around and letting my tanks shoot at the shield. As you can see, there is no way they're going to cut through this. So this is actually, on 28, my 4th loss, if you count my GBE only failure on level 15. But my third loss with troops. So I don't know. For what that's worth, it is what it is. Uh, and you know what? I feel like I went out like a boss. I tried my best with my troops down. I got through at least some of the scary stuff. And, you know, had a good time doing it. So I have no idea how everyone else in the competition is doing it. Things have been crazy. Yesterday, my truck broke down while I was driving home. I dropped my gas tank. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So things have been kind of crazy. I unfortunately have not been able to keep up with anything. Yeah, there it goes. 28. Now the good news is, because those tanks went through and cleared everything up, I'm just dropping the Zooks, because why not? Like, it's gonna be easy peasy, right? So, into the corner with the Zooks, and a few smokes to get around the boom cannon area. But already there's really nothing that can hurt them as long as they make it to that corner, which is not a big issue. Like, look at that. It's already cleared out. Now, with the laser and the rocket launchers and all the fear mortars there, that might be a different story, but for now, we can take out the last fear mortar and then reflare them to somewhere nice and safe, just trying to keep them as far as possible from any kind of defenses. And then because I got a mountain of GBE, I'm just like, alright, well, I guess I might as well blow up some shield gens like I wanted to last attack. So anyways, sorry, like I was saying, I honestly have no idea what, like, levels everybody else has gotten to. If you've been checking out the other guys' videos to see where they're at and what's going on, please let me know, throw it down in the comments. I want to know how my competition is doing, and I know, unfortunately, after this I have at least another 1-2 more videos to do, and then more things, and everything's getting crazy. So if someone can let me know how I'm stacking up, that would be awesome. Just because, you know, inquiring minds, right? So with 29, it's actually, I don't know, I was really torn. Like, I was looking at this level thinking, you know what, AZ would absolutely ruin this entire level. It would be amazing. All you'd have to do is go up the left-hand side and then cut across in between the, like, line of boom mines and regular mines and, like, that weird little six-pack in the top left-hand corner of my screen there. If you cut in between those and then went, like, up in behind the HQ, the thing is, there's just so many freaking mines, and actually the bat critters, I find, are now starting to be a problem, because I loved using those critter boxes to clear mines and to do work for me and to do things, and now, like, they're only half as effective as a regular critter container, because now, like, yes, I can drop the bat critters, and yes, it will distract defenses and make them shoot at critters instead of my troops, but that's only like half of the way that I use those critters. I can't use them to clear mines, which is a huge deal for me, because, well, clearing mines, especially when it's on a level like this, where, like, look at all those mines around the HQ. Because the plan was, if you could get across in between the two sets, then you could just run up the right-hand side into that back corner, and then once you're in the back corner, you're completely safe. As you can see, I'm already clearing out those back mines with barrages and trying to open up the path, because I plan on sending my troops up through there, even with the few number of Zookas that I've got left. Like, it's totally doable to get them back there. It's you know, it's one of the beauties of switching over to the heavy Zooka, because you can run through and clear a level as far as you need to clear it with your heavies up, taking all the hits from the cannons and the rocket launchers and whatever silliness you happen to run into, and then halfway through the level when your heavies are starting to kind of flag and go down, then you switch over to the Zooka and you smoky Zooka your way into the HQ, which is normally, you know, pretty good, and then run through the rest of the level, calling it a day. Now, 30 is a biznatch. Yeah, 30 starts to get pretty tough, because as you can see, there's a whole bunch of rocket launchers. They all have range on the back of that HQ, because if you're going to Smoky Zooka and you're going to drop your Zook somewhere, it's going to be behind that HQ. And unfortunately, yeah, the old diamonds, man, I tell you, they are taking a hit this crab. But yeah, unfortunately, because there's so many rocket launchers, I'm like, all right, well, we can't do Smoky Zooka. We're gonna have to go Hookah again. And Hookah's nasty because look at all these pockets of mines. And it's not just like one mine or two mines where your Zookas could hit that and just kind of like take the damage. Your medics could heal you up, and then like you could continue to charge through. No, unfortunately, they're you know, in clusters, so if your Zookas hit that cluster, your Zooka's going to be turned into a poof of smoke. Like, that's just the way they operate. So the I guess designers in Supercell are definitely looking to take some Zookas out. They're mean, I tells ya. They're mean, especially because, like I said, with the critters. And also that was another thing that I was like, oh snap, when I was scouting, is that rocket launcher over on the left hand side has range, because I was thinking, you know what, honestly, if you were to go around the left hand side, you could probably take a few shots from the boom cannons. It wouldn't be too horrible, and then like smoke your way around the corner and like around a little deeper into the level. Oh man, speed serumed freaking boom cannons. Nothing scares me more. Alright, speed serumed doom cannon scares me more, but like that speed serumed boom cannon is like number 2 on my list. It's just like I can sit there and watch the counters on my heavies tick down as if it was a freaking clock. Like one every second, just tick, 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 tick. Like watching an episode of 24 or something. So anyways, and here's another perfect example coming up on another like minefield where if you were Smoky Zooking, you have to take out all of those mines lest they do horrible things to your Zookas. They really, like, for certain strategies, I feel like they really amped up the difficulty level, and then for other strategies maybe made it a little bit easier. Like for example, if you were rocking some tanks or even heavy Zooka, like smoky heavy Zooka, your heavies would run over all those mines and everything would be cool and no one would have any problems and we'd call it a day. Or if you're doing smoky tanks, you'd just run your tanks over it and not even care, because it's like, oh wow, yay, 200 damage against my 18,000 hit points. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, I know no tanks are going to have 18,000, unless you've got a ridiculous amount of health guardians, at which point you're hurting yourself because you've got no damage, but like, let's not get into this. And then, of course, there was a crazy amount of critters over here in the rocket launcher Hall of Fame. I don't even know what you'd call this, and I was like, alright, well, I might as well use that to keep my Zookas going a little bit longer than they have been otherwise. Oh, taking out the last buildings at the very end, that's absolutely beautiful. And there we go. We go down in defeat once again on 30. I feel like that's pretty legit. I feel like I've made my way in pretty decently with the attacks that I had. It'll be interesting to see where I go, because really my goal was to hit mid-30s, and at this point on day 1 I'm already there, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll reevaluate Yes. Reevaluate. See kind of where other people are getting and what other people are doing. Maybe see if I can figure things out. Sorry, the dog has decided to have crazy time. So, yes, with the end of 30, because I assure you it is most definitely imminent, I am going to wrap up this video. Don't worry, there will be more. I'm going to try actually getting some more baby... You know what? He's not even playing with anything. He's trying to roll around on his back and catch his own tail right now. I'm pretty sure that someone dropped my poor dog on its head when it was a baby. Oh wait, no, that was me. Ooh. Dying. So anyways, yes, I know a bunch of people have been requesting some baby crab. I'm hopefully going to be able to fit in some time and get some more baby crab attacks. I feel like they're kind of just brute force. Just there's not a lot of force behind them. There's not a lot of finesse. It's just like run heavies and Zookas through as much as possible. There we go. And you know that's the attack, but who knows? Maybe they'll help someone. I don't have the stuff to pull it off. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining, and most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.